Hello. Ooh. Hold on.
Delicious and nutritious clean shakes.
Okay.
I felt the best in a long time.
Anyway.
By day 7, it's feeling super energized and clean. If you're trying to hit reset, I highly recommend this one.
I'm gonna do a New Year's tarot reading. Yeah, baby. Woo! 2023. You were good to me. Ultimately. It's been hard to see, but I'm feeling more clarity, or at least more free. To be me. I put makeup on, so I'm like feeling good. My job is starting next week. I've been doing a hella online shopping. Thanks, Mom. She hasn't cut me off yet, so I don't know if she's seeing the charges or not, but makeup, clothes. That's it, makeup and clothes, but yo. Okay. I've got some Joanna the Healer going on in the background. I was gonna play some tunes or something, but I don't know, like her voice is soothing to me, so I'm just gonna have her. I'm here in the camper because there's a party going on in the house. It's my aunt's birthday. It's like 9:30 here. Yeah, 9:25. And you know, I just feel like being alone. That's been the theme for me this year, so only because of words, because of talking, because of Mein Kampf with that. Sorry, my struggle. I'm actually curious to read that book, honestly. It's been popping up in my psyche, or like in my field a little bit. Okay, this is gonna be a general reading. Okay, this is gonna be. I feel like I'm messed up already. But, you know, sorry. Ain't no such thing as a thing. The Six of Cups, fantastic. This is the card. I did mess up. Yeah, so the Six of Cups is this fine looking young man full of potential. That's what I see in him, is like there's just so much potential. It's kind of like the attitude of my parents towards my brother when he was growing up. God, like that's a surefire way to ruin someone with potential. Is to just show how much potential they have. That's not it, but there is something in there. So anyway, he's obviously like checked out of the pentacle, like material world to a degree, and is ambivalent, apathetic, disappointed, honestly, deeply like hurt in the way of like a shallow pit where the heart is supposed to be, is a feeling that I think of. And there's this blurry image, this daydream in his mind. What is his mind doing? Where do his thoughts live? They live in this dead place. This dead, vague place. God, God, yeah. So let's leave that behind in 2023. I'm familiar. I am familiar. It makes you want to die sometimes. Because why? I see a man under a tree with no leaves, and he's waiting for a woman who's either walking towards him or walking away. And he has these 6 cups laid out beside him on either side. I did my eyebrows like this for the first time, and I fucking love it. I shaved this part, which has always bothered me, this part that's like up here, and I left the bottom part, and it's perfect, dude. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. I didn't even know I wanted it. Gotta take a clip in my hair. I even did a little jewelry double. So yeah. Anyway. Okay, so there's that. Like in reverse. Are we doing reverses? Why not? The 3 of Swords. That's the 3 of Swords. This woman who has removed her dove, her sweet little birdling, which is in the heart space. So she's emptied out her heart space, this beautiful thing inside of her, and has had to remove it because she's going into battle. That's how I see it. She has these swords to choose from. She's got 3 swords in front of her. You're only going to wield one of them, so it's painful, basically. This isn't easy. That's pain on her face. You know, she's cracked, like she's literally injured herself because I guess she saw no other option. Like, she has to do what she has to do. Sucks to suck. This is a masculine path. Swords. The mind. Yeah, just the beginning of the journey, too. For her. This has got to be past orientation as well, right? Like, this is all stuff we've been through. I'm not seeing this into the future. The way I'm feeling right now, no, this is a reflection. Earlier I had told myself, I was thinking about the warmth of the hips because I was online shopping. Some of these women are curvaceous, okay, in all the right places. And I'm not gonna comment on what's natural, what's not natural, but that is highly prioritized amongst the population. These juicy hips, juicy thighs, juicy buttocks. I want that in my life. This is where I stand. Pretty square, pretty straight, all the way up and down. But I fantasize about, a little bit of butter. I mean, I'm not complaining. Like, it gets the job done. But honestly, it doesn't, like, I'm cold. I'm cold here in my hip bones. You know, if I really thought about it, these points right here, I can feel the bone and it's cold. And honestly, I'm sure that's a very common problem, but I don't think it's supposed to be like that. So what's happening psychologically, what's happening physically, and why am I not receiving warmth in certain areas? Why am I experiencing the cold inside of my body? I did ayahuasca recently, and Victor, if you're watching this, take me back. Oh, my sister just texted me. We're gonna play Phase 10 if you want to join. It is tempting. So let's do something. Let's just do this real quick or something. I love you, Victor. Sorry, God. Oh my God. I don't know. I'm feeling confident these days. 11:11. Okay. So I'm enjoying this. So maybe I won't go play Phase 10 right now. I'm enjoying myself. Where were we? It doesn't matter. So this lady's upside down. Great. People you know, the people you don't. Queen of Cups, there's some good news. Look, there was some more. There was something I was saying and I wasn't done talking about it. And you know, about being cold in certain places. I did ayahuasca, that's exactly what I was saying. And had one night of ceremony that was amazing, life-changing, mind-blowing kind of experience. And I still recollect a lot of it, because I had one foot here on Earth and one foot there's somewhere else with her. I call it her. She's like the feminine spirit that lives within me and within us. Or, you know, that kind of overtakes your body if you let her. I would love to let her. She's so much fun. She's so much fun. Oh, God. And she craves warmth. That's the number one thing that she really cared about. That's all that she really cared about. She just wanted to be warm. She wanted to be near the fire. She wanted to be near with the man. The fire and the man were just like just like warm things on her body. And I do feel that, and I feel like that, and I don't like the cold. Like, the cold is fine, and she showed me that. It's like, I mean, I'm cold. Like, if you're asking if everything's fine, like, I mean, I'm cold, but yeah, I mean, it's fine, but I'm cold. So I think that probably that sentiment lives in here too. And maybe it's so deep I don't even consciously realize that experience is there always, you know. Certain parts are warm, certain parts are cold. Certain parts you feel, certain parts you're numb. But I like this, the Queen of Cups. That's about the heart. Right? Love. I heard her say love. Queen of Cups. People you know, people you don't. No one thing for sure. I'm restarting my job at Wonder Bar as a wheel girl again in Austin next Saturday, 1 week from was practicing my makeup. The Ten of Swords, seriously? I like shuffled this deck, but I stopped on the wrong shuffle. So after this one, I'm gonna shuffle it again. And I'm gonna say, okay, thanks for the review of the past. Now, can we get something more specific I need to think of? Or it needs to come to me. Something more specific needs to just come. Or I'm gonna go and play, not bingo, phase 10. I do feel some obligation to go and do that. And because I don't want to miss out opportunities to be with family, but I'm also enjoying not being there. Oh, sorry. Okay, Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. I talked extensively about this guy in the last video. Go check it out. Or don't. This one's better. Because. So. Financial collapse. Oh, she's going to be talking about financial collapse. That's excellent. So it's good that I'm spending all my money now, honestly. Like, I shouldn't spend all of it. Dude, I have a shitload of money in the bank from my Roth IRA. Do I think that's going to be there in the future? Not confident about it. Maybe that's a mistake on my part, but I'm just saying, like, that's how I feel. Like, I want to take that money out of the bank, even though my parents put it all in there for me for my future. It is my future now, and I want to spend it now. I want to spend money on myself. I want to spend money on myself. I want to improve my life now, because I need to raise my value of myself instead of being afraid to spend. Like, we're a wealthy family, even though we don't look like it in the way that we dress and the way that we take care of ourselves. I hear an actress. Oh God, I don't want to talk about any of these cards, honestly. I don't know. Let's start over. Let's ask a question. Every card is in this deck except the Chariot. The Chariot is in my purse, in my wallet. Don't ask me why, because I don't really remember. Two of Cups, King of Wands. I don't know if I have anything to say about any of these cards. It's so chaotic right now. Financial.
When I asked for this information, right away I received an image that told me the words financial collapse.
Great. Financial collapse. So let's do
it's likely that
combined.
you experience some financial collapses or the way money is being handled, especially corporate structures. And I feel like things like banks will be a thing of the past. So we might see unraveling the idea of banks. Perhaps there's going to be some corruption that will be exposed in terms of the banking system. I don't know. There's some quote unquote weaknesses in our banking system. Why do I say weaknesses? Because it has to do with who has a hold on what. In other words, if we put money in a financial institution, then somebody else is in charge of our money. Someone else is in control of our money. And we blindly accept this authority as something we trust. Don't even think about it. And I feel like there's going to be some corruption that will come about. That people are going to start not trusting in financial institutions.
Making up all these
So does that mean that
crazy
the entire
ideas in their
banking system will
head.
collapse? No, I don't think that's the
Fantasies,
case.
negative,
I feel like we're going to start
dark
seeing
fantasies.
things unravel, and I specifically
We're gonna
hate
start
the words
seeing
corrupt.
things.
Okay?
Do we really want that?
I was gonna say money
It could
will
be fun.
soon not a thing, but that's already happening. In
Is
fact,
it?
what I see is chips being inserted into
Eight
people's,
of Wands.
people's skins that has all their financial information. I've heard this before, but I feel like this is getting closer than we think. I actually want to say over the next 2 to 3 years, there will be, I want to say, opportunity
I don't
to
know.
have this experience where something is being injected under your skin and has all your financial information, security.
Pass.
Again, I heard about this before, but I feel like it's real. It's the next 2 years. It's going to be realized.
Whoever
So,
I'm with, whatever they
You
say.
may not have physical money,
Whoever I'm
but we
with,
still
whatever I
carry this
say.
information. But who controls the information? Where does the information go?
To me.
And I feel like that is what we are questioning. Who controls all that information?
I do.
Because if something controls all our information, then are we really the ones in control?
Eight of Wands. The leader's in control. Not in control. Everyone's free to fly, but you
So,
all
if somebody
designate
in control of
positions,
information, and that somebody
and
has
that
a corrupt
person
mind,
leads.
as an example,
Corrupt
then they
direction.
can use their corruptive way to
They're
manipulate
taking their
the
direction as
information they
well
have
as
for their
possible,
own
leading the
gains.
flock. For their gains and for everyone's gains. You're all
And I
going
feel
to the
like
same
this
place.
structure
You're all going the
is
same
giving
direction.
What I'm hearing
You're
is,
crazy,
can we
lady.
trust them? Can we
Trust them. Can you trust
Now, the flip side
yourself?
of things, I don't think they're
Maybe
saying
someone
you should
else from
not
the back
trust-
needs to
not
get
trust
to the
anyone,
front.
because that isn't good either. It's like humanity is asking the
Maybe
question,
like some
who
cute,
trusts
like
now?
young chick
Who they
from the back
trust?
needs to make her way up to the front and
And
be.
not trusting is not a
Ugh.
great thing. Because
Ugh.
when you don't trust, you don't allow yourself to feel vulnerable.
Ugh.
You know, when
Sick
we
to my
don't trust,
stomach.
we club up.
Oh, maybe it's not a good idea.
No, we don't want to be club up.
Five
We
of
want to be club up.
Wands in
So,
reverse. Okay,
There's some
so
issues with trust
more about
when it comes to
birds
banking system that I feel
not
is very
trusting each other, fighting over
Again,
resources,
corruption.
you know, stupid shit,
By
pecking order
2026,
shit. Yeah, I need to get involved in that. I do need to get up in that
Disinformation, what I'm
business
saying,
instead
absolutely
of
so. I hope so.
like,
Now,
oh,
the other thing about this financial system is that,
everyone being
it's going to
nice to each
expose
other. Yeah.
certain things, but at the end of the day, it's going to
In
help
theory, I'm already
humanity
disconnected from that mentality,
create
but
new systems in terms
in
of
like
new
interaction with
financial
people,
systems.
those habits still live inside
Because
of
you
me.
wouldn't
There are
trust something or somebody
hard-won
who holds your money
habits.
and then it grows and, you know,
Like, I don't,
it grows
because I
your
just
money
don't
and you can
have
trust whoever that is. It's like
the
there's going to be a new way of handling
way of handling. I don't have a
money,
new
but
one
it's not
in
money,
place
it's
yet. I'm
information, because
in the
money
process
will be a
of
thing
coming
the past.
to
I
it.
don't see physical money fortune.
So, like,
that's already happened. I don't use money.
what to do
Use my
with
phone.
people, like,
My phone is connected to something. They have that information.
I don't know.
I'm not trying to say, oh my God, be careful, don't trust anybody. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is there is
My
some
my
corruption
face
that
is
we
doing so
exposed.
much work. I like it. I don't
And I
care.
hear like somebody's head is on a chopping
I do
block. I don't know quite what it means. but
Somebody's head is on a chopping block.
I feel like somebody's gonna pay for it. Somebody's gonna pay for this quote unquote corruption. Pay, no pun intended. But like I said, it's going to
The leader is gonna move
give
from the
us an
front to the
opportunity
back.
as
Hopefully
humanity
that's
to
all that happens.
create a new
Okay.
banking system
Well, let's draw
where
a new one. Whatever.
it feels like it's collective. It's not
In reverse.
separated by different countries. So
The sun.
I don't quite know what it means, but it's
In reverse.
less. There's less separation.
Okay.
It's like there's less corporation
Instead of chasing the
and
sun,
more.
the sun. We feel the sun. There's less
It feels like it's
separation
less
from the
mechanical. I don't
sun.
know how to describe
The
it.
sun
It's-
is
it's-
inside
it
of us
feels-
instead of
Can you give me
shining
a
on
different
us.
example, please?
I'm trying to
We will
interpret.
feel financially
Oh,
established system where we will trust ultimately with our finances and our numbers.
ah,
So there's a level of trust that is
Beautiful.
broken or will be broken, and then it has to be rebuilt again. So
I think
feel like this is-
honestly,
that's
I am
it's
more
kind of where we're
interested in
going
the
when it
destruction.
comes to,
Like, I want to know
crashes.
the
Okay. Are there any
vengeance
financial
part,
crashes?
the messy.
I feel like we may see some.
I want to
things
be in the
um,
shit. Is that true, girl? You
collapse,
crazy?
Like banking system, banks, like individual banks.
Like a fucking warrior.
Perhaps like if you're in
3
Canada,
of
Montreal,
cups
perhaps,
in reverse.
where it exists no longer.
Sharing
There seems to
resources
be
gets worse.
fewer bank institution existing, and many are collapsing.
These two are
But as
sharing
far as
with
a
you.
sector, financial sector falling.
You can see
I
that
don't
they're
see it
corrupt
really
as hell.
impacting our
That's
financial-
not pretty.
Like, I don't
But
see-
here you are in this
I'm asking,
situation.
should we be afraid
How
for
are
our
you gonna
money?
make
I
the
think
best of
we're
it?
not
What are you
afraid.
gonna do with it? They have
I
agenda,
don't feel it's
they
going
have
to
agenda,
right,
and you
but it's kind of sort of on the
You
border.
have this
It's on the
cup
border.
that you've
It
received
might.
from these
We might hear
people.
of people pulling out money and because they don't
Are you gonna
trust
take a sip?
financial institutions, but I
What
don't
next?
feel it's going to.
What do you think's in that cup?
So there's a collapse happening, but I don't feel like it's all of a sudden everything is going to collapse all at once. It's going
They
to
don't
be
look
gradual
that
process, and I believe that
scary,
we're going to start
right?
seeing it. 2024, 25, 26. So that's about the financial sector. Health sector.
Oh, good.
They showed
We got
me
through that.
an almost like a
Health.
little impulse device,
Okay.
an impulse
Health, yeah. Health
chip,
aging.
electronic chip almost, being inserted
They're
in people's bodies,
promising you
and this
something.
electronic device sends certain frequency to the body. And the best way that I can describe it
Oh
is
yeah, that's what it feels like.
helps
It feels like a
to,
sensual card, like dirty sensuality kind of. Oh yeah. Oh,
eases,
threesome
it helps
shit.
to, but it's
It's in
through
reverse.
frequency and
I think that's
energy,
good. I think it's a good thing.
not so much a pill. Again, that makes sense to me because we already understand how frequency affects the physical body. Sound, it does so many things. But I feel like this is going to be implemented in our
So
medicine.
yeah,
So I feel like
there's gonna be
more and more into,
decisions.
almost like
Um,
computerized medicine is what I want to say.
Sexuality,
Something,
sexual morality
inserted
will
in
be
you. It doesn't look very
tested.
big. It's just underneath the skin.
There's
and
gonna
it
be
sends
offers.
signals, and these signals,
Okay,
um,
it's gonna be
so
like the
these
next,
signals
like the new
appear with
70
the quote-unquote
movement,
dis-ease
70s movement, 60s,
parts.
the whole free love thing. But
I
these
also
are the
feel
people
like,
from the first one. You see how that went.
I
Okay,
want to say surgeries
their
will be the thing of
situation.
the
Is that
past.
what you want for your future? It's
This
just
is not
this
going
one's
to
gonna be
eliminated
worse,
in
you know,
2024, obviously, but I feel
because
like what we're going to be
the
seeing is
origin
more and
story
more,
is like already ugly.
because
It's like
technology's on the rise,
straight from
especially
the
when it comes to
get-go. It's
medicine
clear that
and
it's not
weaponry,
good,
unfortunately.
which means it's only gonna
But
get
what they're
worse
showing me is that there's
than
going to be an
this, which
introduction
only got
of
worse. Like,
different type of
because
ways
it's
of
starting
doing
out
surgery
bad.
where
So
going to be
it's
more
really
like
not.
laser surgery.
It's not.
Laser. Now lasers are already
It's not a
used.
hard decision for
But they're
the
being
person who's
used
prepared.
Also with opening the
Yeah.
body, I feel like at some point something is going to be introduced where
Be aware of
physical
that.
opening
Maybe
of the
like a
body will
new
be necessary.
STD type thing that like
that tells me
ages
that
you
somehow we must have a 3D view of what's going on in the body. So
You know, this could be taken
it'll be interesting to
places.
see
I mean,
what
talking about
the
this.
innovation is as far as health.
Well,
and
she's
how
talking
we
about
take care of our
innovations.
bodies.
That's the opposite.
They're saying the whole idea of using
Ah.
scalpel on the body is very barbaric.
Yes, it
I
is.
feel like we have the
This one's
technology.
upside down as
If
well.
we don't yet, I feel we're going to have it
The
very,
wise
very
one.
soon, where scalpels and knives will not be necessary. Maybe there'll be like a tiny, tiny
Yeah.
incision to put certain instruments in, but
The wise one
there will be
upside
no
down.
need of completely exposing the body. So that's
Yeah, I think that's good.
pretty cool.
She's saying no
Is
to
there something
scalpels.
else? Yes. I'm specifically seeing the idea of mushroom.
Drugs.
No, so that symbolically
Oh,
means many
okay.
things to me, but one of the most important things it means
Mushrooms
is that
administered
there's an
by
uprise
the
in how many people
opposing
use plant medicine
Wise one.
versus traditional.
There's
allopathic
gonna be a lot of
medicine.
people
I am not saying that it's not useful. I absolutely
receiving
believe that
medicine
medicine
from
drugs are necessary,
this
especially when
guy.
it comes to
Not this guy.
emergencies and things like that. I'm talking about
This
in terms of
guy.
longevity.
I had a little bit of that experience where I was actually denied my complete experience. Can you believe that? This, my experience of a lifetime, my healing experience, this deep healing. So fortunate that I received the one that I did.
You're going to be seeing a lot more people.
I would not
growing
take that
organic
back
food
ever.
and growing their own
What it
herbs
showed
and
me
spices. I
about
think we're
myself,
seeing that
the
anyway.
sense of empowerment that I
In
received.
fact, what I was seeing,
You can tell,
jumping
right?
a little back and forth, is that
And
I was
even
seeing
then, it feels like
a whole bunch
just
of communities, smaller communities everywhere.
a
This is
sliver
eventually where we're heading. There was a whole bunch of communities everywhere, and
of
even though these different communities were
Hope.
unique,
of
we all
the
all the
medicine
other
that I
communities got along. So
need
I don't think we're 24,
and will
but
be
I feel we're
receiving.
going
Okay,
to
what am I
start
trying
to
to say?
see
Look,
things like that being implemented, where
I'm joining a community in Austin, Temple of the Sacred Womb, something like that. I was part of them before, very briefly, but they do medicines and they do all those like spiritual things. And they have a community, a women's group. I really want to. I mean, I kind of want to be part of that stuff. And find my spiritual gifts, or just my personal gifts. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is the corruption thing. Yeah, of course, obviously, you see it everywhere. It's real people controlling people. Yeah, that experience that I had was so powerful, and I felt a desire within myself to continue that experience. It was 2 weeks in Ecuador, a place called Cuenca at Gaia Sagrada. And within that 2 weeks, there are 2 ayahuasca ceremonies included, also 2 San Pedro ceremonies, and also 1 sweat lodge, which contained both San Pedro and a little bit of ayahuasca. And then additionally, there are 2 more optional ayahuasca ceremonies that you can choose to participate in. So, I did the first ayahuasca. I took a small dose, and it, I had my experience, which, looking back, is so pale in comparison to the second ayahuasca experience that I had. But anyway. But it was good. It was a jumping off point. There was something in it for me that was water and food shortage. Great. That was good for me. Okay, and then did the San Pedro, and that's a different kind of medicine, more like heart opening. So that was like kind of cool. But it's not what I was there for. I was there for ayahuasca. So San Pedro magic carpet thing. where you go up and you talk about how you lost your power, how you're going to get it back, and the shaman is
It's toxic.
toxic. She said toxic. It was toxic. The shaman woman, white shaman woman, who is the founder of Gaia Sagrada, so like amazing thing, you know. But she does things differently. She and I kind of bumped heads, had some power struggle stuff. And then
when there is shortage of food, what happens?
the sweat lodge. Awesome. Throughout this, they gave me very little medicine. They told me I was sensitive, and I trusted them. I trusted their judgment. I believed them. So I took what I was offered. Though at the beginning of, anyway, I'm sure like I could have asked for more. I just didn't know. You know, I'd never done that stuff. They gave me very little medicine, and I had small effect. And then I opted in for the first optional ayahuasca ceremony. So I did that ceremony, ended up taking 2 cups. Incredibly powerful experience here in my mind. And then also I was quite vocal and expressive with my body as well. There was laughing, there was screaming, some crying, like a lot of things were gone through. And lots could be said, but it felt beautiful, powerful healing, and it felt like we were all like sharing in this energy. It felt like I was not necessarily orchestrating it, but it felt like the energy was like the flow of the energy. It felt like was like I was like it was flowing through me. We were all sharing it, and maybe I was receiving input and receiving the input, and because some of the things I was experiencing were universal things, not all personal, you know, like healings in collective groups of people. At one point I let out this scream of like, no, 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 no. It was like this intense like rape scream is what it felt like. And just as fast as it was here, after I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, very emotionally, and then realized it's okay. The feeling was there, it was shown to me, and then it was allowed to pass. And many things happened that way. Many things came, and emotions, and they were felt deeply and beautifully, and then in the next moment allowed to go without having to hold on to these stories. So that was part of the beauty of it. And these dynamics between the men and the woman, and the push and the pull, and the frustrations they have to go through. There are frustrations in women from the masculine collective, you know, the men do things too that they don't realize, or you know, things like that. So it was beautiful and empowering as a woman. And just as myself, you know, my personality was shown in this unadulterated way. But she was just this really cool chick, like this. I just thought she was she's just a badass. Like, I just love her, and it was hard for me to accept that person as myself. I'm like, you know, like. I get to be that, basically. Anyway, that's for me. But
try your best to be open-minded about it.
Be open-minded.
Don't all of a sudden assume that just because something uncomfortable is happening, that it's bad.
Yeah.
Because nothing is inherently good
so
or bad
anyway,
from a higher perspective. Everything has its purpose. So anything quote unquote
It was,
bad
you know, I
that
heard
you're
it
experiencing
said that night. That was, I'm not sure. I don't think it was by the shaman. It may have been the shaman, but I believe it was by the shaman's helper, who I would just, I mean, my heart went out to. Like, I was in love with him in a way. She inside of me loved him and desired him.
So for example,
He was so
we are
beautiful.
seeing financial collapse. That could be a terrifying thing because, well,
His
if
name's
your
not
money
coming to
is
me in this
where you
moment,
put
but he
all
reminded
your
me of
life
someone.
savings, like it's a thing.
Does it start with an
And
R?
that may be
Beautiful name
that
too.
may make us
God
very
damn.
uncomfortable, but
I
we may
probably
assume
wrote it
it's,
down
oh
in
my
my
God,
diary.
that's bad.
Anyway,
Well, in fact, what's happening is this has to
he
happen so that we
said this was the most.
we assert ourselves.
This was the
in terms
best
of who we give
ceremony
control
of my
to
life.
over our money
And I
or
felt that
over
way
our
too, you
information.
know. It was only my second
So,
one, but I've done
that
different
kind of
medicines,
collapse is needed.
and it's
But
the,
yes,
it
when it's
was
happening,
just
it's
a
not a
different
comfortable
level,
thing. So be
like,
open-minded about what you're experiencing. Try not to label it as good or bad.
nice.
Try to see
And I really
it
felt
with
like we
neutrality,
were,
which, again,
like, the whole group of us were in this, in the thing together, you know. Like, it seemed like everyone was really good afterwards, and people were coming up to me, and because they saw that I was doing a lot of healing, and anyway, the point is, after that, they asked me not to participate in ceremony anymore. So there were 2 more ayahuasca ceremonies, and I really wanted to continue the work into a different type of thing, into sexuality and my sexuality, because it's something that needs to be looked at and seen and healed on a deep level that I can't, you know, these are levels that we can't reach in our day-to-day. I guess, you know, meditation, everyone's like, you meditate? And I don't know right or wrong, but I have cups. I don't like that card either. God, it's like raggedy ass older woman by herself, and she's got her like pretty little plants and flowers that she's, oh, how beautiful, to give her life some kind of semblance of meaning. Like, God, it's just diversion. Come on. What you need is to be the feminine. And for that, you need the masculine container. Like, where's the man? 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups, and there's no man. The most, like, essential of coping mechanisms. The pretty little things that you have carved out for yourself and made with your hands. The nature, this is the feminine. Instead of the feminine being in you, you've planted it. This is the pentultimate. I just like that word, pentultimate, but I think it's like the ultimate expression of the feminine through you. Your life's completion. What's that? Like the final project in a class or in school before you graduate. What's the word for that? You're presenting this. It's nice. It's very pretty. B minus, I guess. Like, and you'll be pissed you didn't get an A. I didn't get an A for this. An A plus. Okay, like A for effort. Where's the beauty? These plants. Where's the beauty in it? The creativity, it's just you put seeds in a pot and nature did the rest. You made nature do everything. But this is not vision. It's sustenance at the very least. Eating, you know, beans, rice, cornbread. She's gonna start doing the zodiac signs soon. Oh, good. She does Libra second. She does Aries first. So Aries is my moon. Libra is my sun. Aries is also my rising.
That's what creation is.
Did I say Aries? Aries is also my
Whatever's
rising.
happening that may not be
Libra
to
is also my Venus,
we're
my
gonna
north node. So Aries is my south node.
it's a good time to remind ourselves that this
Libra is
discomfort
also
doesn't
my
mean that it's
Mercury.
something necessarily bad. It just means we're going through massive shift. And shift as it implies is it is
Okay.
very active.
Massive shift, she said.
That's often
The
uncomfortable.
magician. The masculine is going through a massive shift.
Because in fact, from a higher perspective,
Up
what's happening
level.
is beautiful. Now, I'm not saying that people getting killed in war is beautiful. Absolutely not.
But soldiers are
From a much,
beautiful.
much, much higher perspective, from the soul, it's absolutely beautiful that a soul would choose to go through this horrific
Soldiers.
experience in order so that
War.
rest of humanity could have compassion, could learn how to love. That to me is freaking beautiful. On a human level, it sucks. So being able to hold these two perspectives sometimes can be very helpful. It's not easy, but it is very helpful.
Have I been trained for separation?
Not everyone can do that, and that's okay. If you can do it, then you do it because it makes your life different. It makes your life better. And when your life is better, other people come to you and say, "Hi, can you help make my life better? I want my life to be better."
And we will keep each other
Share with
strong.
them your tools, how you arrived at this awareness for the world.
I arrived at this awareness.
To wake up,
Been
but it starts
prepared
with
for
you. It
things.
starts with you and I. It starts with each.
It starts with you and I. It starts with you and I.
So that's what I have in terms of the
Protection.
general collective. And I'm going to take you through a sneak peek of the 2024 survival guides.
Oh.
So you can tune into your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, and actually what I found very helpful
It's
to
a deep message. I don't.
listening to my north node
I'm just having my
sign,
shivers all over
and I
my
found it for
body.
me very, very, very accurate.
My mom texted me.
And in my understanding, your North Road is tied to your karma, and it shows you the direction you're going. So, again, made so much sense to me. Again, you'll get at least 50% off for the next few days from the 2024 Zodiac Survival Guides. There's a promo code and a link down there. All you have to do is just put in the promo code once you go to the website.
Hey,
And,
I'm in the camper doing my own
the
thing.
bundle is over 13 hours.